Boruto came out originally in 2015 with the release of Boruto Naruto the movie. To say it's been a struggle for the series to completely grab the attention of Naruto's original fan base would be an understatement. While Boruto does have its own pretty sizable community, to say that it has a loud minority of people who really enjoy it and a silent majority of people who either don't like it or ignore it would not be doing the state of the community justice. Since Boruto released, there has been numerous adjectives tied to Boruto's character. Bland, boring, not strong enough, too strong, or underdeveloped. For this video, I'd like to take a look at that last adjective in particular because for the most part it's something I largely disagree with, especially coming down to just the first arc of the series, no matter which way you choose to enjoy the franchise, whether it be anime, manga, movie, or novelizations. This is a bit important because for the majority of this I'm going to be talking about the manga version of Boruto since it's what I'm most familiar with, but this is something that needs to be said separate from that. This first arc has multiple retellings and it's important people don't mix them up as they are all, maybe with the exception of the movie and novelization, different arcs. I plan to do another video in the future on why the Naruto franchise's canon just sorta sucks, so I'll save that for then. But for now, just listen to this video with that in mind, and I'm only talking about the manga. As such, for anyone who currently reads the manga, this video should help you get better insight on Boruto's character, and if you don't read the manga, this should be a good recap of some of the events so you can decide if you want to or not. Before getting started, I'd like to just ask if you could leave a like on the video and subscribe, as it does help the channel out a lot, and this video took lots of research. I'm also fairly sick right now, so I don't think I sound too much different, but if you think I sound different, that's 100% why I sound different. Since we're starting with the momoshiki arc in the manga, it's important to note for anime fans that this is the first arc of Boruto in the manga. So Boruto is already a genin by the time this story begins in the manga, and the genin exams as well as some other stuff for why Boruto dislikes Naruto are not there, although he still doesn't really like Naruto in the manga. Like Boruto says in the beginning here, this is his story, but at the beginning he has to share it a little bit with his dad. This first arc serves as the turning point into the character Boruto is going to be for this sequel series, and giving him his ninja way, which is essential for actually being a shinobi. There is debate over when Boruto actually stopped sharing the story with Naruto, especially since Naruto is still in the series for a pretty big while, and I think it's important for this video I make it clear that I think this stopped with the Momoshiki arc, but that will be elaborated on later on in the video. Boruto, just like Naruto with Jiraiya, requires a teacher, which he comes to find in Sasuke. I know that by this point we're only 2 chapters in, but it's extremely consistent with Boruto's character, someone who doesn't like Naruto, that he'd be drawn to a guy like Sasuke who is quite literally the opposite of Naruto. If Naruto's the sun, Sasuke's the moon, you get what I'm saying. While determined to beat his dad and asking to become Sasuke's student, Boruto is tasked with learning the Rasengan. And I think it's important to point out that for Boruto to become the shinobi he wants to be, he has to learn the move of someone he doesn't want to be. And don't take what I'm about to say too hyper literally, but both Naruto and Boruto sort of cheat in order to do their Rasengan. However, it's sort of like the difference between someone cheesing a video game and someone turning on a mod menu. Naruto had difficulty forming the Rasengan and getting it to stay, so he just had another one of his clones focus on that part of it while his main body did the rest, cheesing the system. Boruto formed the Rasengan on accident, but it was too small, so he cheated and got a ninja tool and made a bigger one, which is a large part of the narrative for this arc. Boruto doesn't need to cheat, he just does cheat and take shortcuts. He's plenty talented on his own. It'll be revealed later that he even put his own chakra nature into the Rasengan and formed an entirely new jutsu, the Vanishing Rasengan. So this small Rasengan that Boruto was so insecure about was actually better than the larger one he goes on to form later. Boruto also accomplished his goal. Sasuke was going to make him his student based on that first small Rasengan. Again, Boruto doesn't need to cheat, he just does. This difference between Naruto and Boruto is reflected in the panels when he learns the jutsu. Naruto is all beat up because he worked for it, while Boruto is clean because he didn't actually do any hard work to learn the jutsu. A few pages before this, when we see Boruto actually worked for his Rasengan, he's on the way home after thinking he just got rejected by Sasuke, and he wonders how it is he got so filthy. And in the reflection of the window he's looking into, he sees his dad looming over him. And I think the entire point of this page is to show that Boruto is taking the path of his father, which is obviously something he doesn't want to do. He even looks up at the statue in anger right before, on the next page, cheating and using his bigger Rasengan. Almost as if we're being shown directly Boruto is going against his true nature. He even says to Sasuke, when Sasuke remarks how quickly he advanced, quote unquote, that he's not like his dad when it comes to talent. I'd like to take this time to remind everyone that Boruto is a 12-year-old kid. When you're younger, it's fairly natural that you're far more impatient than you would otherwise be with age. Comparatively, your sense of time is very small. Boruto also lives in a far more technologically advanced world than Naruto did, and the technology literally exists to make life easier. So an impatient kid with access to tools that can make him as strong as he needs to be makes for a fairly dangerous combo, and it's hard to blame Boruto for just taking that opportunity. There's one last thing needed to be brought up here that's super important, and that's that despite Boruto not liking Naruto all that much, he 100% longs for his approval and will go out of his way to get it most of the time. When Boruto is cheating in the Chunin exams, it's because his will to impress his father is just simply that strong, to the point that he would, even if it meant cheating in a battle against his friend, he would do that just to be able to beat him. Naruto extended his fist to Boruto for a fist bump, and when Boruto refused, Naruto just hit him on the chest. This moment was extremely important to Boruto, but since Boruto had the ninja tool on, it made it impossible to connect with his dad here, since he didn't want to show that. We know that fist bumps mean a lot to Naruto, not to info dump, but I'll just show a few examples of what I mean. It's a way of connecting that's fairly special to him. I'm going to connect this to Boruto again here in a second, but now that the stage is set for Boruto's laziness and need for power, we can have our conflict come in. Boruto is stripped of his ninja headband and disqualified from the Chunin exams when Naruto discovers his use of ninja tools. Boruto, obviously happy about winning another match and going on to the finals, is excited about his dad coming down to congratulate him, and goes in for the fist bump he missed out on earlier, but Naruto grabs his hand, exposing the ninja tool beneath his sleeve, which once again stopped him from connecting with his father like he wanted to. Enter Momoshiki. I want you to think about this for a moment, regardless of how cool you think his design is. What is Momoshiki? What do people see Momoshiki as? Not a cool chakra alien god man, not a powerful Otsutsuki who they want to be as strong as. They see him as a monster. He's an ugly, gray alien monster who is literally Boruto's adopted personality of a cheater given physical form. Momoshiki shows up and starts talking about how with his chakra pills, one can easily and effortlessly gain true power. And when he says this, Boruto immediately begins looking at his ninja tool, since it's virtually the same in this aspect, even being advertised as much by Katasuke, who is under genjutsu at this point, to be fair, but still. Naruto then calls Momoshiki a coward who just relies on doping, not that he has any actual true power. It's a good time for me to bring up, before moving on, that Sasuke has been trying to get Boruto to connect with Naruto for a while now, but not with the current Naruto, just who Naruto used to be, since before, Boruto only wanted to know about Naruto's weaknesses. After finally losing his dad and having it pointed out to him that he still hasn't lost anything compared to all Naruto didn't have, since he still has his mother and sister, Sasuke tells Boruto that the real version of himself is a strong shinobi that can surpass Naruto, with his guidance of course. Boruto putting on Naruto's old jacket is fairly important when trying to connect with him, and then putting on Sasuke's headband, Hinata even starts to see Naruto in Boruto. And since Boruto endured and wants to go find his dad, and shinobi are those who endure, Sasuke says he's finally acting like a shinobi. When they come across Naruto after rescuing him, he says that Boruto had finally become a ninja. I'm going to skip forward a bit here to Naruto and Sasuke beating Momoshiki. This is kind of important because Boruto has never seen Naruto go all out like this before. The first time Boruto even saw the Nine Tails was at the Chunin exams apparently, but there he was only able to get a gauge of Naruto's defensive skill. Here, Naruto gets to just cut loose and beat Momoshiki up, and Boruto thinks that's just amazing. Momoshiki then gets back up with the aid of Katasuke, who is using the ninja tools on him. He then goes on to capture the 5 Kage, and we then get a flashback to a scene we didn't get to see, which is Sasuke telling Boruto the reason he's taking him along on this mission, even though it's super dangerous. And that's that just in case him and the 5 Kage get captured or are in trouble, it's up to Boruto to get them out of it, which is exactly what Boruto does here with his vanishing Rasengan. Boruto also gets to connect with Naruto here through the chakra in his Rasengan, which lets him peer into some of Naruto's memories. He then defeats Momoshiki, and we get this panel right here, which shows Boruto dirtied up like Naruto in the same outfit, a direct counter to the panel we got earlier when Boruto was being a cheater. This is the real Boruto, and there are just a few more things we need to comment on for this arc. Earlier in the video, I mentioned why I thought this arc was the only time Boruto really shared the story with Naruto, and I said I'd elaborate on it later. Chapter 10 of Boruto is literally called My Story, and it ends with Boruto finding his shinobi way, which is Boruto doesn't want to be Hokage like his grandfather Minato or like his dad Naruto. He wants to be someone who protects the Hokage like Sasuke, which I mean makes sense given who his mentor is, Sasuke. We see him on TV in the village saying that he thinks the most important parts of being a shinobi is teamwork and guts. We even get to see him and Naruto finally fist bump, something they couldn't do before due to Boruto not being the real version of himself. Boruto calls his dad Lord Seventh, showing he has respect for the title of Hokage now, which he previously didn't. This arc just kind of sets the stage for the rest of Boruto and what Boruto actually is, and it ends with Boruto declaring that this is his story. I think Boruto obviously keeps developing throughout the rest of this story. He basically has the resolve to just die on command now, which is kind of nuts if you think about it. One thing I think that's really important to his development is his relationship with Kawaki, but I don't want to talk about that right now. If you want a video about more Boruto's development though, I'm more than happy to turn this into more videos. But right now I'm way more interested in talking about what just happened in the most recent chapter of Boruto, which was just completely insane. Due to copyright issues, I'm not going to really be showing any new panels here or any new scans here. I don't want to get striked at all, and I'm scared of Shueisha. But I do want to talk about the new chapter since it was extremely important, extremely interesting. And supposedly Boruto is going to be getting a part 2, similar to how Naruto got a part 2 in its manga versus its anime. The anime, we're maybe about to get Boruto Shippuden or something like that. They keep advertising that Boruto part 1 is ending, but Boruto part 1 in the manga, at the point that the anime is at now, didn't say anything about part 1 or anything like that. So I think it's just gonna be a situation like Naruto Shippuden, where the anime splits the two up, but the manga just keeps them the same going through. But anyway, let's talk about the chapter a little bit. So Boruto just lost everything. Like, with the exception of Sarada, Boruto literally lost everything. Him and Kawaki can't be friends anymore, for one. Like, that hasn't been touched on yet, but him and Kawaki are in no way friends or brothers anymore at all. And not after what Kawaki just did, Boruto has to hate him. Boruto recently got his scar. We saw Kawaki slice his eye open whenever Boruto was protecting Sarada. But yeah, Sarada is the only person Boruto has left at this point. The time skip is 100% coming soon. I know people have been saying that forever now, like around 2 years or so since I started reading Boruto. People have been saying the time skip is coming, but the time skip is coming extremely soon now. It just sort of has to. And I could see Boruto maybe leaving the village, similar to what Naruto did, coming back to the village at the end of the time skip. Maybe. We don't really know yet, but it's definitely possible. I could definitely see them going in that direction. Something important to note is there's this new omnipotence thing going around in Boruto now. Momoshiki just brought it up this chapter, but it's basically where Ida's ability to enchant everyone comes from. It's born from this omnipotence power. Kawaki can activate his omnipotence power through Ida. We knew Kawaki had something similar to this, which is just, being able to grant wishes or desires, whatnot. Because that's why Amato wanted him in the first place. That's just what Osatsukis can do. They can bring hope. They have the power of hope, something like that. We knew Kawaki had something like this. We didn't know it was to this extent though. But Ida basically rewrote everyone's mind, and now everyone thinks that Boruto is the outsider and Kawaki is Naruto's son. They also think now that Boruto is the one who killed Naruto. Now the only person who doesn't seem to be affected by this ability is Sarada, like I mentioned earlier, but Momoshiki says apparently, allegedly, the people who don't get affected by this ability are the people who generally suffer the most. Now, it's possible Amato and Sasuke aren't affected for a specific reason. Amato might not be affected due to the ninja tools in his eyes that we know he has. And the reason I say Sasuke might not be affected is because if you look at the panel where Boruto is separated from everyone, everyone's looking directly at Boruto, but Amato is looking directly at Sasuke. Possibly seeing that, you know, he can see that Sasuke actually knows what's going on here isn't right or something like that. It's just a theory. I'm not claiming that as 100% fact or anything, but yeah, it's literally just a theory, But yeah, this chapter was absolutely insane, absolutely crazy. I didn't think that anything like this would happen. I definitely did not expect a twist like this. It's definitely one of my favorite twists that I've come across in recent manga or anime, something like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Obviously, if you like the video, like it, subscribe, and have a nice day.